You know, something happened last night that made me ashamed to be a progressive. Um, really embarrassed to follow this stuff regularly as much as I do and as patiently as I've been in regards to just being someone that is interested in issues. I'm going to play the full occurrence, and then after playing it, we'll get into it.
Gentleman from
Time's
Florida.
expired. Does any other member seek recognition?
Mr.
Chair
Chairman,
recognizes Ms. Greene.
I'd like to know if any of the Democrats on this committee are employing Judge Merchan's daughter.
Please tell me what that has to do with Merrick Garland.
Is she a porn star?
Oh, Goldman. That's right. He's advising. Okay.
He's advising who? What? Do you know what we're here for? You know we're here about AOC.
I don't think you know what you're here for.
Well, you the one talking about.
I think your fake eyelashes are messing up.
No, ain't nothing.
Hold on.
Listen.
Order.
Mr. Chairman,
That's beneath
would
even
you
you,
please
Ms. Greene.
regain
That's beneath
order
even
of your
you.
committee?
Order.
Please.
There's a point of order.
We have a point of order. Mr. Lynch, state your point.
Mr. Chairman, I would just like to ask the parliamentarian if your conduct here in raising money in connection with this hearing is referable to the Ethics Committee within this hearing. Is a motion in order to refer your conduct and your abuse of
It's not a point of order.
I do have a point of order, and I would like to move to take down Ms. Greene's words. That is absolutely unacceptable. How dare you attack the physical appearance of another person?
Are your feelings hurt?
Her words down.
Aw.
Oh, girl, baby girl.
Oh, really?
Don't even play.
Baby girl? I don't think
we are
so.
going to move, and we're going to take your words down.
I second that motion.
So who will have to pay? Okay. All right. We're suspending.
Absolutely.
It's crazy.
No, we're taking her words down. No way is that being allowed. He has to retract. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
She agrees to it. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be in over.
Not today. Not
I
today.
got to find some place where I can work.
Here's what we're not going to do. You can't. It's against
Sit down. Sit down.
That's fine, but she has to do a public and she has to actually apologize. And if it's not a real apology, here's what we're not going to do. We're not going to do a smarmy apology. She has to actually apologize, and that needs to be up to Ms. Crawford as well.
Sure.
It needs to be sincere.
This is crazy.
Oh, let's do it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Because her ego's bruised.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's all it is.
She's not used to
She doesn't
people
wanna say-
talking back to
She
her.
doesn't want to say sorry to nobody for nothing. She's going to learn.
I'll ask. Yeah. No. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. You can.
Who's leaving?
The committee will reconvene. Miss Miss Greene has 4 minutes and 21 seconds. There's a motion. Miss Greene, do you wish to strike your words?
I have 4 minutes and 21 seconds to speak.
I think we have to do the motion first, and then unless there's another motion, then you'll be recognized again. But I believe there's another motion coming. So, you agree to strike your words?
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
agree.
Miss Greene agrees to strike her words.
I believe she
Chair
should apologize.
recognizes
No, no, no.
Mr.
She
Perry.
should
Okay,
apologize.
hold on. Then after Mr. Perry's going to be recognized, then Ms. Greene
I'm not
has 4 minutes and
apologizing.
21
Well,
seconds.
then
Okay,
you're
reserve
not
the right to
striking your
object.
words.
I am
You're
not
retracting.
apologizing.
Now let's go. Come on, guys.
Why don't you debate me?
Mr. Chairman, the
it's
minority.
pretty
No,
self-evident.
Chair you're not.
Yeah, you're
out
not.
of order.
You don't have enough
You're out of order.
intelligence.
Chair recognizes Mr. Perry.
Okay, move to strike
I'd
the.
like to
I
strike
move to
those
strike the
words
lady's
as well.
words.
I would like to strike
Strike
those
the lady's
as well.
words again.
That's 2 requests to strike. That's 2 requests to strike.
Oh, they cannot take the
There's
words.
another motion to strike her words again. Please
All right.
get
Okay.
your members under
Here's
control.
the correct apology. Ms. Greene, do you agree to unanimous consent to strike your words?
I repeat again for the second time. Yes, I'll
All
strike
right.
my words,
That-
but I'm not
all right.
apologizing.
Without objection. Without
Not
objection.
apologizing.
Chair
Reserving the right
recognize-
to
no.
object.
So in that video, you saw something that is honestly an embarrassment for almost anyone that would align themselves with being left-leaning. And of course, people who are left-leaning are probably not going to be able to understand why it's such a disgrace, more so for our side than the right, but I'll try to make this point. So Crockett was, in my opinion, rude to Marjorie Taylor Greene by saying, do you know what we're here for? Now, of course, Greene is part of Trump's cult, so she's going to say that the judge's daughter being linked to a progressive group, which they don't have any evidence of, but mind you, she's trying to say that her being linked to a progressive group is part of this left-wing conspiracy to get Trump, not by defeating him in November, but through these different criminal trials, that this is all part of the efforts by the Democrats to make it easier for them to not have to fight their nemesis again or defeat their nemesis again electorally. And Crockett responds to her in a rude way. Do you know what you're here for? And of course, this is when Greene makes the comments about the fake eyelashes. Now, AOC, who is not a first-term congresswoman anymore, she's been there for multiple terms now. If she wants to get involved in this and wants to play, like the middleman or kind of the aggressor in terms of, hey, this is not appropriate, she raises her voice. This is unacceptable. And then when Greene seizes on how outraged she's getting, she says, are your feelings hurt? And then AOC, oh, baby girl. And man, I felt myself cringe. I almost just was embarrassed to be aligned with, and let me just back this up a second. So, the reason that someone like Bernie appeals to a lot of people who are not left-leaning is because he talks about economic issues, he talks about getting out of these different foreign interventions. And he kind of has this demeanor where it's just a straight talker. It's someone who is, we don't associate honesty with being a politician, but he's a person who's very consistent with his positions, who is always policy oriented. And a lot of his detractors know that, which is why a lot of the newer right-wing people have to talk about defeating wokeism and all of these other things that don't really have to do with substantive issues. So when AOC, not only does she get upset that Crockett has been insulted physically, which, I think there's a case to be made, you can be upset by that or not like that or even say something, hey, this should be stricken from the record, that's inappropriate. She responds in this manner of, how dare you? And when Greene, in a calm manner, is like, "Did I hurt your feelings?" AOC goes, "Oh, baby girl," and it's like, you at this point you don't even sound like a congresswoman. You don't even sound like someone who's been elected to any office. You sound like a belligerent, very easily frustrated little girl. And again, this is what is so frustrating, that even as I sit here and freely admit Greene was inappropriate, shouldn't have said what she said about Crockett's appearance, because AOC's response was so over the top, so like theatrical, it basically, she serves as a caricature of what left-wing people who talk about policy are trying to avoid, which is being associated with the easily triggered woke people that the right likes to make fun of. So again, if she just said, "I'm upset by this, this should be stricken from the record," I'd have no problem with her response. But her response is to like insinuate the idea that she's going to get into some physical altercation with MTG over a comment that wasn't even directed towards her. Honestly, she responded even more forcefully to it than Crockett did, which is what I thought was crazy. Like, you're going to be more offended at this than the actual person who was insulted. You're going to take up the mantle of being outraged. And like, this is what drives me nuts, that we have so many issues going on, right? We talk about how most Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Most can't afford $1,000 emergency. The high cost of living thanks to inflation. Just there's a litany of daily mass shootings, stuff that needs to be addressed, that needs to be figured out. And you'll see them spend 8 minutes arguing over somebody getting made fun of for fake eyelashes, and another person being offended in their place and saying, "Oh, baby girl." Just dumb. And I'm gonna also say this because in the past I was someone who defended AOC quite a bit. When she was first elected, I made multiple videos critiquing people that attacked her because I thought they were just being very aggressive towards someone that really I thought was being unfairly maligned. But it's like, this is the lady that has been propped up as the heir apparent to Bernie Sanders. This is the one who is going to be the person that progressives look to see run for president in 2032 or 2036 or even later than that. And this is like ultra proof that she does not have what it takes to mount any type of national campaign, because there's one consistency to every single person that has been able to win the White House, whether you're talking about Biden, Trump, Obama, Bush, whoever the hell, and it is an appearance to look normal, to appear calm, rational. And this isn't even about like gender related stuff. Like, I'll freely admit the Crockett comment, inappropriate on Marjorie Taylor Greene's part, but you can't appeal to regular voters when you get bogged down in stupid stuff about this person's appearance and allow it to completely override what the committee was about. Like, even with, hey, I don't agree with her saying this, but can she just apologize? That would have been perfectly fine. But that response, "Oh, baby girl," she made Marjorie Taylor Greene, who's known for being one of the most fringe right-wing people, look like a rational, if not, of course, like we know what her actual positions are, but she made her look just regular and calm because of how angered she was getting by something that she should know not to get. Like, after 5 years in the House, she should know that whether it's Trump or Carrie Lake or Noam or Green, these people never apologize for anything they do wrong, right? So like, Trump and Lake will not apologize for any of the election denier stuff. Noam won't apologize for that dog thing, and Green's not going to apologize for calling Crockett, making fun of her appearance. And like I said, I'm the number one person that doesn't like when people make fun of someone's appearance, because I've had the same thing done to me on here multiple times. But you can't go and get more outraged by the making fun of than the actual person who's being made fun of. So it's just a sad day in American, because I looked at the comment section. They're making fun of everybody, but honestly, the person who ended up looking the worst, if you're an actual issue-oriented voter or person that follows this stuff, in that video was AOC, because she got up and turned it into this big spectacle about herself. Her response was just bad. And you know what? I don't cover her that much more, because she's kind of lost a lot of the spotlight she had when she was a first-term congresswoman. But you know, it's like I see why a lot of that has happened, because people they've looked past her, they've read into her, and they're just not impressed. And I can't say I blame them. When I see stuff like this, I'm not excited for the future of the progressive movement. If that's the type of person that's going to be leading it, where they get more outraged over somebody getting called made fun of for their appearance and actual stuff that's affecting people, just we're going down the gutter. Like, my thing is, it's so interesting. I always think about how the United States, you have most people, right, support LGBT people having rights. They back a lot of things like gun control and climate change. And I always wonder, like, why is it that in this country where there's such a big percentage of people who are seemingly at least in favor of left-wing things, even if not fully, on our side, why is it that we still have so much trouble winning elections? And you see it right there, because the right has been successful in taking left-wing people and caricaturing them as these easily triggered, non-serious, non-policy oriented coastal pricks that live in New York and California and Illinois, that are completely out of touch with what affects voters. No voter is sitting around going, I was thinking of voting for MTG if she runs for president in 2020 or 2032, or the U.S. Senate in Georgia, but after she made fun of the other congresswoman's appearance, I don't think I can do it. No one cares. So, again, at best, you can say, hey, don't do this. Not, this is unacceptable. How dare you, baby girl? Oh my God, that's one of the worst videos I've seen relating to this stuff in years. Just total tone deafness on her part, and the overacting. It's a circus in the House, but it's even more of a circus for the progressives if this is who's going to lead us. And I see why the right is going to continue to be able to, if maybe they're not able to win the White House anymore, because I do think Roe v. Wade did screw them, but we're doing ourselves no favors if that's the kind of person we have in leadership for us.